Week 10 in the NFL. Folks, I'm going to warn you, don't look at my record. It's popping up on the screen, but don't focus on that. The process is there. Trust my process, okay, ladies and gentlemen? Let's get started with the Dallas Cowboys visiting the Philadelphia Eagles. Pretty decent game on Sunday Night Football. Eagles are 6.5-point favorites. I don't know how, after watching what the Cowboys just did against the Titans on Monday, I don't know how you can back the Cowboys here. I have to take the Eagles. It's over for Dallas. And, you know, if you're thinking maybe they sneak into a wild card spot, well, they have to have this game, and I don't like their chances. I like the Eagles' pickup of Golden Tate at the trade deadline. That was a stroke of genius. And the guy to keep an eye on is Josh Adams, their rookie running back from Notre Dame. He had a great year with the Irish last year, went undrafted. I look for him to have a big game. I like the Eagles to roll here and really embarrass Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. The New Orleans Saints, the hottest team in the NFL, they travel to Cincinnati to face the Bengals. The Saints are 5.5-point favorites. Expect that number to climb as we get closer to game time. The big news here, A.J. Green, Cincinnati's best offensive player. He's out for this game, probably will miss 2 weeks. However, this is a great spot for the Bengals. We often talk about the spot. Cincinnati's coming off a bye. New Orleans just had 2 draining games. Here's the one reason I can't back the Bengals here. They've only played 3 teams with a winning record, and they've lost all of them. This is just not a good football team. They're an average team, but when they step up in class to face a good team like the Saints, I've got to go with New Orleans. Drew Brees, outdoors, on the road in dreary Cincinnati. I think they'll cover 5.5. The Detroit Lions travel to Chicago to face the Bears. Mitch Trubisky is a 6.5-point favorite. That seems a little odd, doesn't it? Now, I know this is a big number. I'm still going to back the Bears. 6.5 is very large. I mean, again, Matt Stafford could come in the back door with a late touchdown, but I'm going to ride with the Bears here. Bears, don't let me down here. Come on, Chicago, cover 6.5. The Seattle Seahawks travel to L.A. to face the Rams. The Seahawks are 10-point underdogs. That's the largest underdog number Russell Wilson's ever been in his career. However, I'm actually taking the underdog here. Remember, the Rams haven't covered in the last 2 weeks, and they're coming off an emotional 2-game stretch. So I'm going to take the 10 points. I think the Rams will win, but I'll take Seattle plus 10. The Jacksonville Jaguars visit the Indianapolis Colts. The Jags are surprising 3-point underdogs. I like the Colts to win, but I'm going to take the Jaguars to cover 3. I think they'll be able to stay in this game. Leonard Fournette is expected to return. They've really missed him on offense. So I like the Colts to win, but I'm taking the Jags plus 3. The New England Patriots travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Titans are back. Tennessee getting 6.5 points. This is, of course, a rematch of last year's playoff game won by the Patriots. I just think the emotional letdown going to Tennessee, where we know the Titans are tough at home, I think 6.5 points is a lot. I will take the Titans 6.5 at home. The Atlanta Falcons, one of my big wins last week, one of the few, travel to Cleveland, where they are 4-point favorites on the road. Obviously, Atlanta leaving the Dome can be dangerous. However, I've got to go with Atlanta. They're my lock of the week. And here's why I love the Falcons. So they had the bye 2 weeks ago, come in fresh, and they looked refreshed, taking down the Redskins with ease. And I think the Falcons, who still have a chance to get into the playoffs, I think they go into Cleveland and lock it up fairly easily. I like Atlanta, favored by 4 on the road. The Washington Redskins travel to Tampa Bay. The Bucks, surprising 3-point favorites, although it's not really that surprising if you look at what happened to Washington. They are decimated by injuries again. This is a recurring theme in Washington. Last year, they had one of the most injured teams in the league, and again, that's going to be the case this season. Right now, they're going to be without 3 starters on the offensive line this week, and without 3 linemen, you got to lean on Alex Smith. Now, I know Tampa's secondary is absolute garbage. They've been roasted by every quarterback in the league. However, Alex Smith only has 9 touchdown passes this season. So I got to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They really let me down last week. Now they go home. I think they take care of business and beat up on the beat-up Redskins. Give me Tampa Bay, favored by 3. The Arizona Cardinals visit the Kansas City Chiefs. Folks, I can't believe this line. It's 16.5. Kansas City favored by nearly 3 scores. against the woeful Arizona Cardinals. Let me quickly make the case for Arizona before I give you my pick. So Arizona's coming off a bye. Obviously, that's great. They're going to be rested, maybe a little healthier. Gives your rookie quarterback Josh Rosen a little extra time to prepare for a bad defense. And the key here for Kansas City is look ahead to next week. Who do they have next week? They travel to Mexico City to play the Rams in what is a potential Super Bowl preview. Now, I do not want to ever back double-digit favorites, but for purposes of the picks here, I'm going to have to give it out. Kansas City favored by 16.5. I'm taking them. The woeful Miami Dolphins visit the Green Bay Packers. Packers are only favored by 9.5. I say only because, geez, did you watch the Dolphins last week? And this feels like a moment where Aaron Rodgers just torches a bad secondary, and the Packers finally serve notice with a convincing, I'm thinking like a 30-9 kind of victory for the Packers. I think this team's not done yet, and I think they can get healthy against the bad Dolphins. So take Aaron Rodgers, favored by 9.5. The LA Chargers visit the Oakland Raiders. Geez, the Raiders, they've taken the new biggest dumpster fire in the league honor from the New York Giants. The Chargers are favored by 10 on the road. Now listen, that's a lot of points. And why am I backing the Chargers favored by 10? Because John Gruden has lost this team. And let's not forget that the Chargers are one of the most under-the-radar teams in the league, okay? They've won 6 straight. I like the Chargers favored by 10 on the road in Oakland. The New York Giants visit the San Francisco 49ers. This is not a game you're really going to be glued to the TV for. The 49ers are favored by 3 over Saquon Barkley, Odell Beckham, Eli Manning. I got to ride with the 49ers here. I don't know what to make of the Giants, okay? I've been wrong about them almost every week. So I'm going to go with Nick Mullins. Sorry for your luck, CJ Beathard. You know, it looks like Nick Mullins is going to be the new backup to Jimmy G. So give me the 49ers favored by 3 at home. And of course, we saved the worst for last. My New York Jets hosting the Buffalo Bills in a game that I double dog dare you to actually watch. I know that Josh McCown versus Nathan Peterman is not what you wanted to see. I'm going